Hey there YouTube, Paul Nicholls, Pausabni Traders. How are you doing now? Back out here on the line, and over the last few days doing my checks. Haven't caught a whole lot, and I am going away deer hunting here shortly, so I'm going to be pulling up my dirt hole sets that I have and dropping my snares, and going to keep my beaver sets in. I need a few more beavers, and when they're done, probably by Thursday or Friday, I'll pull them too. And then we'll go hard at her when I get back later on in November. So just wanted to give you a quick update, and stay tuned. We'll hopefully get some catches here yet today. Okay, so this I'm going to dedicate to Adam Craig of Adam Craig Outdoors, is his YouTube channel. And he had mentioned that he liked my video where I showed the set, putting in a dirt hole set, and how it worked, etc. That he really appreciated me showing that. So while I'm pulling these dirt holes out today, I'm going to videotape them and just to show a little bit more about them. Now, I'm not sure if I have a stake in this one or a cable, but we'll find out. Okay, so this one here is a cable. It's a cable anchor, and the way I've designed them, I'll show you in a minute, but this is my cable pounder, my stake pounder. On the end, I've got a couple little cross-section rebars, and that's what I'm going to use to pull this stake out. You'll see how easy it is. Now, if I go to pull this trap out, it will not move. It will not come out. So, all I have to do is find the other anchor loop, and I can get it pulled right out. Here it is here. Trap is on this one. This is the one that I'm going to use to pull that out. I just hook the end over the end of my stake, give it a tug, and there it is. So I just put this in here, and I give it a couple tugs, and it comes right out. So, just to show you my staking system, just clean it off here a little bit. This works well. This works well in either clay, rock, sand, it doesn't matter. What I've done here is I've got 1/2 inch reclaimed steel pipe out of an old barn, water pipe, and I've cut it as you can see. I've cut it on a 45. It's about 3 inches long, 3.5 inches long. I welded a small nut on this end, right on the end and the top side of the long end at the back, and another nut down here about the middle, a little closer than the offset to the short side of the cut. What that does is when I pound this into the ground, okay, so it's like this. My stake pounder goes in here, and I pound that down into the ground. Okay, I remove my stake. That leaves me with 2 ends sticking out of the ground. A longer one and a shorter one. The shorter one is the nut that's in the middle, and that's the one that's attached to my trap. So as this is going down, okay, as this is going down like this, when I have it to the depth I want, attach my trap, and I give this a pull. And what it does when I pull it, this anchor system comes up like this, and it locks into place. That's the one that my trap's on. When I come back, like I just did, that anchor is down here like this, with my trap on it up to the top. So now, I just find my other loop that's just been hanging in there. Remember, it's a little bit longer than this one, just so the fact that I can tell the difference between them when I put the trap on. So, this is in the ground like this. I put my little hook on there, I give it a tug. It makes my anchor straight up and down, and now I can pull it straight up out of the hole. They're reusable. I looked at a lot of different systems online, and I can appreciate them all, but I wanted something where I could reuse them. I wanted something that was strong enough, whether I use it for beaver, coyote, wolf, fox, whatever. And what I've done is a 3/32 wire and a quick link. 1.5 soft catch. Doesn't matter what you use for a trap with this system, but that's going to hold everything. So, you got any questions? Please ask away in the comments. I'll do my best to answer you. But these work great, and they're relatively cheap to make, and you can make up a few of them and reuse them and reuse them and reuse them. My bar is a 3/4 inch rebar. I took 3/4 inch steel pipe from a barn, and I welded it on here as my block for when I go to pound this down. Okay, and then I just took a grinder and I ground the rebar down until it fit nicely into my stake. I just welded a piece of rebar on the top, just enough for hammering and for it to be able to hook the line to pull it out. Okay, we're off to the next one, and the next one will just be a simple stake. Alright, I hope you can hear me okay. You all remember this set. This is the one I caught my fox in. Only a raven in it since then, and no action over the last number of days. So again, I'm pulling these out. This one here has a stake in it, and I'll show you how I do my stakes when I pull this one out. But it's quite simple. Just find the trap, set it off, and I just go down to my stake here. I just take my hammer. This is my pounder for my other stakes. I put it under the lip, and I just prime my stake up. In this ground, it's not too hard, but this works well in all other soil types as well. And then just give it a jiggle and pull the stake out. Okay, so with this staking system, here I have just a 1/2 inch piece of rebar, about 18, 20 inches long. I have various different lengths depending on the soils. And at the top, I just have a washer. This one isn't as thick as what I'd like. I have thicker washers on some of my other ones. That's the washer I like to weld on. I leave a piece of the rebar on the top for pounding on, weld it on. That's a 3/4 inch. That's a 1/2 inch, but that's the washer I had at the time. So, why do I do that? Well, first of all, it allows me to be able to go into various soil conditions and pound these straight in. without anything being up on the surface. Secondly, the way I set these up is I've got my crunch proof swivel here. I put in another J hook, and I have some of these steel rings that I found at a local hardware store. Not very expensive. And that goes right in there. Doesn't matter if it's 1/2 inch or not, because my washer holds it down. Yet, if the animal fights, it swivels on here. It doesn't matter. There's no friction. It's easily turned, and they can fight all they want. They can't twist it. Doesn't matter which way they pull. They can't twist it out. We have spring on these 1.5 soft catch, the rubber jaws, and 1, 2, 3, minimum of 3 swivel points plus the spring. So there you go, Adam. Again, thank you for the comments, and that's for Adam Craig Outdoors. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, please do so, and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel as well. If you do that, you go down to your settings and set it so that you can get the updates. Whenever I put a new video on, you'll be the first to know. It'll come right to you into your email and update you that there's been one on there. So until next time, Paul Nicholls, Pausabni Traders, saying be safe, be happy, trap, hunt, and fish.